Okay. Behind Dave, is it a roll of carpet or a didgeridoo?
Roll of carpet.
Okay, well, never mind. Don't bet your channel points
on a carpet. A didgeridoo is just a tube, all right? Any tube can be a didgeridoo.
Maybe there's a didgeridoo inside the roll of carpet.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Here I am trying to build engagement with my live audience.
Oh, no, he's not. Okay.
Ooh.
I thought you were going to play the carpet.
Oh, man.
Let's go back to the show.
Oh, that wasn't live? Okay.
No, we were definitely live for that.
Oh, we were 100% live.
100%.
I just was trying to, make an audience engagement joke, and we just fucked it up so badly. Can never be recovered.
If I was your audience,
pause the video
engaged.
and tell me whether that was a didgeridoo or a roll of carpet.
James, you are my audience. I don't know why you're trying to pretend otherwise.
You're right, but I looked at the last episode of the show, and we had twice as many views as part 2 as part 1.
Yeah, but that's normal because of the way people do skipping around in the video and stuff like that. That happens in almost every episode of my show, so the first part has more views than the second part.
Nothing about what we do is normal, Arthur. Right. So, traveling through the Moor. When the ships arrive in the temple...
Hold on.
Okay.
I just want to make it clear that as another person who used to be vital to the flow of the ship and is now wandering around jobless, Androchiron offers to have a twice daily game of Regicide with our former navigator. That's it. That's all I want to just make sure.
I mean, look, she is really, really worried about the ship and about Nostromo. She really does not trust him. But she also acknowledges that it's this is what you have to do. But yeah, she's really on that. So that's sort of like on edge, ready to spring into action at some point.
She loses all the games of Regicide because she's so nervous. She's just making plays without really thinking them through.
I'm constantly timing out, trying to reconcile the next move with other things on her mind. So when you arrive in the temple, which is the sort of empty sector of space where it's one of the stations of passage you travel through. You get a communication comes across from Dominique Armelin aboard the Eternal Praetorian, because you have to spend a bit of time here just to set up for the next warp transit. She is inviting Captain and his immediate crew to a dinner aboard the Eternal Praetorian tonight.
Every single one of these is just a distraction to delay us.
I mean,
we're already in transit, aren't we?
Well, and no. This is we're at the temple.
We're in real space right now.
Okay.
But this is something that we wouldn't delay us, right? It's
no, it's right. The ships have to take time to set up for the next jump anyway. So,
I mean, if we have to take time, might as well. Doesn't matter at this point. I mean, it does matter, but it doesn't.
Okay, all right. Everyone's going.
Androchiron attends with his Eldari sword and his Gyrinx.
Okay. Does that mean that Pierre goes his Parama with his war scythe to dinner?
I attend in the cockpit of Lucky 13.
It's a pretty good suit. Looks good.
Thank you.
Who's your manufacturer?
Can you set the table up in the landing base or park the gun cutter alongside the table?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this Godwin Davis pattern? Who wore it better?
So he doesn't go in his power armor. He'll leave behind the war scythe, but he's keeping his swords and his bandolier of guns, essentially, because that's part of him.
Okay, no problem.
I would go in habit, and that's it.
Okay, no worries.
Yep.
Look,
no weapons.
It's not an overly large do when you get aboard. It's like they've got a table up with some meals, but it's not like it's a giant dinner of state. You know, it's probably her immediate crew, but there's less than 10 people total at the table. But as dinner served, she says, Pierre, when you first came, the first time you came through the moor, it was aboard Charlebel's ship. She was bringing you through to Footfall, and she showed you one of our family visions, which was a stop in the temple to read the Emperor's Tarot. You know, there are various stories about this place, about its significance, about the closeness to fate and the galaxy. And after Charlebel lost her ship, she gave me, or at least let me hang on to for the moment, the family's tarot deck, Emperor's Tarot deck. As I'm the only one in the family that still has a ship to captain right now. I thought, given the nature of our journey, that maybe after we could have one more reading, like you did your first time through. Not saying this is going to be the last time, just saying this is like, you know,
this is definitely the last time.
It might be the last time for quite some time, for now at least.
Time after time. I just needed anything to get in.
Last time on camera, I should say.
Well, maybe second to last time on camera.
I don't think we have to come back through here to get to the last destination.
Oh no, Mara's in.
Mara's in the Calixis sector.
All right, never mind. Yeah, the last time on camera then.
Yeah.
James is like, I'm gonna make a Rogue Trader campaign where you don't spend any time in the Expanse.
He spent the whole first season in the Expanse.
Yeah, but we fucked it up real bad. We blew up a planet. Then we blew up another planet. Oh my god.
All right, so dinner goes on as expected, and then once everything is done, she brings in her choir master to draw out the Emperor's Tarot. I mean, there's no reason Androchiron couldn't. It's just more okay that this person's probably got a bit more experience with drawing and interpreting the tarot.
Sure, I may be ridiculously more powerful than him, but it's his ship.
Yeah, well, it's a skill, you know.
Plus, I believe using the Emperor's Tarot to divine things is actually heresy, but I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. So the first time we did this, I actually got you guys to roll a dice to imply that the cards were random, where they actually weren't. It was actually just a bit of chicane on my part. So I'm just going to tell you what
this time it really will be.
Because I had people asking me after the game, you know, could you send me the rules for the Emperor's Tarot? Like, that was really cool. Like, I want to get that chart you rolled on and everything.
Right,
so
love it.
All right, so this will be another standard 6-card draw, just like the last time. And as before, the first card is a representation of you. This is the self card. So she like fans up the cards and gets you to pick one and place it down on the table. It is. Sorry?
I mean, I'll do it, yeah.
Okay, no worries. It is the young warrior laid inverted.
Mm.
So this is one of the cards you drew last time as well, although it was drawn the right way up before. That sort of signified the beginning of your journey. And likewise, this one, I guess, indicates you're close to an end of your current path. The inverted warrior implies that you already know, you've learned what you need to reach the outcomes that you've set yourself. You already know what you have to do. That potentially further prevarication is distraction. But that this basically says that you're ready. The self card implies a readiness of mind, spirit, body. All right, the second card. So go.
Just real quick, for some reason, when you said the inverted young warrior, all I could think about was that meme picture of dead Yamchar in In the
In the crater.
ground. In the crater.
Yeah.
All right, the second card you draw. This indicates, it's called the desire card, but it really is, it's what you seek, whether you know it or not. This is your destination, so to speak. And you draw the Fortress of Faith, the right way up. Well, this is good. This means that, well, it can be good. It means that your successes will elevate people around you. It also means that your failures may lay others low. But it implies that you're a pivot point for things coming up in your future, that many things will revolve around you, and many people will be affected by what it is you will do. So I guess relation is to your desire. I mean, you're a leader of people, Pierre. So I guess this implies that people will follow to you to whatever end you actually reach. All right, now we need to find your fear, the thing that you, whether consciously or subconsciously, fear the most.
The taxi driver card. It's pretty rare. Some decks don't even have it.
So you draw the Great Eye, which is basically the Eye of Terror. And she sort of like, she tries to stifle that sort of like, ooh, not a great card sort of look, to separate. All right, so that's right. This is not. There are certainly worse cards for this, but this would imply that there is a fear around you that you're being watched and judged and handled by someone, that your path is not necessarily your own, but that this fear is a fear. It's an irrational thing. It's that you actually do have your own sense of agency, but that history is going to know what happened. But remember that you'll be judged on the outcomes, not the actions you took to reach them. All right, now we need to find out what. Sorry.
I think the fear hit a little bit too close to home, a little bit. I mean, Pierre kind of just plays it off. Like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Right,
as he's been talked about how he's been watched this entire time, essentially.
Yeah, by hundreds of people every week. So the next card is what's in your favor, or what allies or what assistants do you have? And you draw the Great Host. So this implies that you have more allies than you expect, that you should welcome, even seek the assistance of old friends if you want to succeed in your endeavors, that yours is a flag that many will rally to. Just remember everyone you have that you can call on, because they will all be there to help.
Oh, you're telling us we're going to do a Mass Effect ending. Got it.
Okay, the fifth card is what's arrayed against you. So you draw and lay the galactic lens inverted, and any sort of like poker face she had around the fact that you drew the Great Eye for your fears, sort of like she's sort of like, did the whole, she's like bites her fist when she sees this card laid inverted.
I hope you're not a gambling person.
This is inverted. This is never a good card to draw, especially in the fifth position, because this implies that you are directly arrayed against the forces of chaos, that disparate powers are gathering to bring about the death of worlds, and this is what places itself before you. Right, the final card, reading of the outcome. Draw this. And so you lay upon the table the extinguished star. She sort of stands up and thinks for a moment and considers, like, it's pensive, it's not worried, it's sort of, she sits down and says, this doesn't really tell us where your journey will end. This doesn't really predict the outcome, except to say that for you and others, nothing is going to be the same after your current journey ends. That the world around you will be irrevocably changed, whatever happens, and it'll be like a new beginning. I hope that this reading has given you some insights. Thank you for the time.
Thank you for the reading.
Leaves. Yeah. Dominic looks at you then and is like, well, Pierre, is that what you expected?
I would say for the majority, yes.
Yeah. Well, look, we better get back to things. We've got to get translated back to the warp. So, thank you for dinner, and I hope this has helped in some way.
Nero swapping contact details with the choir master.
Nero is he's doing that from.
So I literally was just writing down Nero as a possible ally that I'm going to secretly call upon, so that when we get to the end, I'll just be like, "Here, James, here's a list of all the people that I summoned forth."
Yeah.
I Black Panthered them into Endgame.
I have a list of all the people I expect to be summoned.
Very well. I expect our list will not be the same.
Yeah, or to summon themselves in. So
Summon themselves in. What are they, a fucking magic card? Search your deck, bring an elf out. When that elf comes out, bring another elf out.
What allies do we have that aren't dead?
No, in this case, it'd be search the graveyard, right?
All right, here we go. Deathwatch, Lathe Worlds, Inquisition, the monastery we sold guns to, the remnants of Dawn's Order, the Crow people from Dawn's World who believed in Nero, Scintillum Fusilier, Spider Bride, Harlequins, Eldari, Mecha Eldari, Nero, whoever Nero brings. That's what I've got so far. And I'm mostly centering it on people that we know, in the area. I don't know that people from the Expanse can get here in time, sort of deal.
Well, there's also the regiments that we helped out against the orcs.
Sure, I'll add that. Regiments we helped out against the orcs.
The Spider Lady.
I already listed Spider Bride.
Okay, you already did. Okay, Spider Bride. Who have we made allies we have not betrayed immediately and have not killed? Do you have oh shoot, what was her name? The other Inquisitor, the lady.
Inessa Pendergast?
Yeah, it's Pendergast.
Yeah, she's on my list.
Oh, the Casbolica would not be bad on this.
Casbolica, the monastery that Dawn officially became the.
I listed that.
Yeah,
okay.
So there's three separate orders that aren't Dawn's corrupted order that are on my list. The Ebon Chalice, the Bloody Rose, and the Valorous Heart are all so.
Valorous Heart was the one that we used for the Necron one, right?
Yeah, Palatine Rhiannon and Palatine Kalia.
Silver Skull.
There's also the Maccabean Janissaries, which includes Oswald, the old, Miriam's old hand servant, Miriam herself.
What about that dude I gave the fate point to?
Captain Ed Bourne of the Silver Skulls, because the Silver Skulls themselves is the other one I had on the list.
He's been on the ship the entire time too. That's the funny part.
Yeah. Admiral Samarase of the Battlefleet Calixis you've dealt with in the past. Anton Zerb. Lady Raina Nostromo. To name a few. Then it gets out of people that are unlikely to turn up.
Well, listen, I said Inquisition. There are way too many people we have done favors for within the Inquisition.
Yeah.
And listen, we speculated t-shirt sales with some of them, and I believe that venture has paid dividends.
Yeah.
There's also that one squad that we met that's supposed to kill me when they found me.
Yeah. Let's not bring them.
Expect to sell 23, you mean?
These motherfuckers run around with open Inquisition gear.
I guess
My
we have
God.
that assassin guy somewhere. It's hard to say if he's against us or with us.
The assassin that killed the queen and the witches.
And I'm guessing the one guy.
Are
who I
they
was wanting to
really
kill-
on our side, though? They seem like they are working against us.
I have no idea, man. I have no idea.
I've been
Listen,
assuming
the-
that is Evangeline. I've been assuming that that's been the marionette the whole time, acting in human puppet form.
No, I think he's with the changer of ways because there was a foreshadowing of a feather, which
But she
Zinch
works.
is all over the place.
Evangeline works for Zinch, right?
No, she works for the marionette, which is a separate entity, I believe, right?
But he also works for Zinch. It's all Zinch all the way down, man.
So the marionette is a greater demon of Zinch.
Oh, okay.
But the
Right.
different
Look, dude,
greater
it's
demons
Zinch
will
all the
compete
way
with each
down.
other.
Because there's other chaos gods that aren't necessarily well known.
You know who we haven't mentioned here? Cassia Schrain, who will, of course, not show up in person.
Oh, he better. He's with the Eldar.
I
hope he
mean, he'll
dies.
just send the Eldar and be like, sorry, I had something very inquisitorial to attend to back here.
Let's
Is
send
there
a note
anyone
to the
else
Eldar.
we could bullshit?
The Fabricator General.
I mentioned
He
Lake
put
Lords.
away in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not going to be much of
We've
use for
killed
this.
so
Captain
many
Ortel.
people. Okay.
Who was the guy who ran the escort squadron for us when we went to
Whatever happened
the-
to your girlfriend?
she's the XO.
Yeah, she replaced his job because he didn't want to do it anymore.
Well, she replaced me as the XO, who I replaced
he wanted to
Talmain's
fly.
Parrington. Yeah.
Well, it was because it's like the captain leaves the ship to put the XO in charge, but the XO kept leaving the ship with the captain.
It's supposed to be the other way around. You're supposed to send the executive officer to carry out the captain's will so the captain isn't risking their life. But we live in a sci-fi universe, so it's much cooler to send the captain.
Yeah, because
Like, I've played enough Mass Effect now that XO Presley has the con.
Oh my god, Exo Presley.
And then I have Ezekiel Malone, who's the XO of a sword frigate in the Battlefleet Calixis.
Yeah, that was the one. That was one to let you know about your friend's ship being
Yeah.
captured by the Tide of Iron.
Yep.
I mean, we could call him, but he doesn't run the ship, so I'm not
There's
sure.
no,
You
he's dead.
have
He's
a
dead now.
cornucopia of NPCs to call upon.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could do Lieutenant Zavando, but I'm pretty sure he died
it's
on,
going to be
on the space station.
He's got a statue.
Oh man.
Oh, we could call upon House Sentai. They might have some, they could just send us a couple like eye beamers to just,
Yeah.
All
All right,
so we
that's
good
all my
to
bullshit.
move on to Sacris.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. All right, yeah. So after a bit of time in the warp, you emerge in the forbidden system of Sacris. Straight away, before even like the Gellerfield comes down, you get a automated vox communication from like I'll say buoy, even though I'd say buoy, which has been positioned at like the what's that point called?
Lagrange point?
Sorry?
Lagrange point.
Yeah, that's it. Where shit's supposed to come in. And it's basically, it says, by order of the High Lords of Terror, this system is declared forbidden to all Imperial forces. Attempting to enter the system or land on the planet will result in high sanction.
Can I send him over my?
It's an automated transmission.
Oh, okay.
Are the ships that I saw in my vision arrayed here around the planet?
Yes, there are ships. There are ships around the planet Sacris.
All right.
Okay.
They are.
I think Pierre will
they're
attempt-
space marine ships like battle barges and Hunter class frigates, for example.
Pierre will like go over to the Vox Master and just push him aside. It's like, one moment, I gotta enter in something. He'll send out a Vox message to one of the ships, whichever that maybe the battle barge, if there's only one or multiple.
Okay.
With the inquisitorial credentials that he has. And he's doing a thing where he like gets up really up close to the keypad and enters in, make sure no one's watching.
Okay. Subtle. All right. There's a time to process while they obviously check the credentials. Before you get a Vox hail back.
Is it a phone call or is it a message?
Yeah, it's a phone call. They're phoning you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's really good. Sorry, my browser's getting really slow for some reason. I was trying to verify something. All right, doesn't matter. All right, so the picture that comes up when you get a communication is a space marine, a librarian by the fact he's got a psychic hood around top of his armor as well. Looks familiar as well.
That's Pierre just like starts squinting.
Captain Cowles, Episteri Lonan. We met 3 years ago at the Battle of Regina. I was with the Death Watch at the time, but I've finished my secondment and returned to my chapter.
Oh, I see. That's why you're familiar.
Sorry,
Okay.
isn't this guy Gaelic? Or no, that's
Sorry,
the
yes.
other one.
No, they are Scots. They are Scots. Sorry, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the one that drank nearer under the table.
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course.
So I'm not going to do a Gaelic accent though.
Okay.
It's been quite some time indeed.
Is Sister Dawn still alive as well?
She's very much well alive.
Yes. I still remember fighting alongside her on the battleground of Regina. She acquitted herself well.
Absolutely.
Why have you come to Sacris and you've now given inquisitorial clearance? What's this about?
Well, I believe we were sent vision of the Emperor to come here to stop on our journey.
Androchiron face palm, something like that. The Emperor, you say?
Yes.
That's a bold claim, Captain.
Well, Dawn, you've missed quite a bit since you last met Dawn. She's actually a champion of the Emperor, a living saint, since you last met.
All right, you better come aboard. I'll give
Thank
you coordinates. We'll stand down the guns.
That'd be lovely. Thank you.
Yeah. So you bring the ship in system, and then really take the Lucky 13 across to the battle barge, which whatever name, except for some reason I can't seem to load my lexicanum.
The hoity-toity.
I make sure we have like a whole bunch of Ranka, just cases of it, as we bring it over.
Once again, I've got my Witchblade and my Witch Cat.
War Child, but spelled with an E at the end. Oh no, I'm sorry. That battle barge was lost.
I see. Yeah. All right. No worries.
This one's called the Destiny's Child.
The Sugar Babes.
That's why they have an established battle barge title. That's fine. All right.
We could just call it, something Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the journey, I want to actually touch base on what other in that vision you had, Nero, that involved this chapter of Space Marines.
Is Nero here, sir?
I'm sorry, Androchiron.
Yes, Lord Captain. I saw the great serpent you identified as Dromlek led me here when I sought information about the Webway and one of the Eldari, what they consider to be gods, great spirits.
And then you just saw the symbol of this chapter. Was that
Yep,
all?
and their ships over the world. Yeah. I'm
So
not
we
sure
have to-
they're critical or necessary. You know, I'm mostly just looking for the webway stuff, Dromlak, Aldari, whatever I can get here. It's all fate, you
Okay.
know.
All right, we'll play off that. Don, I'm sorry I roped you into the whole vision thing, but I'm just going to leave that be. I didn't really want to tell him that, Nero saw a vision of a Xenos god.
Nero saw a vision?
Sorry, Androchiron, I don't know why I'm thinking of Nero all of a sudden.
Hey, listen, man, I call him Jasper Hiroka every fucking week.
He calls himself
if this will help tell people of our fated event, then so be it. I trust in my companions and the fact that Androchiron says that he's seen this, so I'm willing to play my part.
Thanks, I appreciate that, Sister Dawn. Have I mentioned you're looking radiant today?
No.
That's why you say that every
But thank
day.
you.
That's the thing. That's besides the point. Ultimately, if we can figure out what we're here to find without causing a anger or a mess here, the better, so we can get out.
So I'm bringing all the Xeno stuff that I can with me onto a Space Marine battle barge.
That's okay. I've got Xeno stuff on me too. It's fine.
All right. When you arrive, you're met there by Epistolary Loden, along with another Storm Warden in Terminator armor. Clearly like a captain by his decorations. Lord Captain Cowles, this is our chapter master, Lorgath MacLear.
Oh, a little bit more than a captain. Okay. I think Pierre at first like a little bit more like, okay, it's just a captain. And then he hears chapter master, like, oh shit.
Captain. Coming through to the strategium, we'll talk about this vision of the Emperor of yours. So you all stride through into a large strategium hall. There are other Storm Wardens going about tasks here, but it's only the six of you meeting at the table. Loden here tells me that you're a trusted ally.
Yes. With a big role to play soon for the future. Currently, we're trying to find answers to find allies for a great threat approaching.
So tell us about this vision and why it's brought you to Sacris.
I tell them.
Yeah.
I start a homily about the parable of the stalemate, which Androchiron has now penned into a sweeping tale that is the play-by-play of a game of blind regicide, double-blind regicide. And you know, gestures to his eyes, which he very clearly has, despite being a whatever I'm called now, Primaris.
Astropath.
I'm a Psyker Primaris or something, right? Yeah.
You were an Astropath, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'll always be an Astropath, but I have eyes now, so, you know.
So I will say that MacLear interrupts you several times.
Sure.
He actually asked you to recount a lot of the moves you remember from the game as well.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, and occasionally he'll make some comment like inspired, in response to like one of the moves or something.
I know.
So.
I mean, I've perfectly recorded all of the moves. It's important to the parable of the stalemate that they all, you know. The purpose of this parable that was sent to me is that victory in what we seek, which you don't need to know about, is impossible. Only by achieving nothing on all sides can we prevent the enemy from succeeding. In following that logic, I have reached out and I am looking for power that can be gained here on this world. I was led here in a second vision by the great serpent Dromlak in search of the webway. Tell me, what do you know of the serpent, the Eldari, and the webway of this world? Tell me, Usul, the waters of your world.
Lonan speaks first before the captain master does. I've never encountered anything in the warp that would indicate that there is a webway portal upon this world, nor is there any indication the Elder have ever been here before. I don't know why they would send you here. This world, if you don't know, is cursed by a plague, a disease which ravages the population and has resulted in us preventing all further access to the surface to avoid the disease from spreading. The only people that go to the surface are specially ordained medicaes attempting to find a way to cure the condition. The chapter master puts his hand up and says, Lonan, would you mind taking Captain Cowles and his allies outside while I speak with this psyker alone?
Oh, shit. I may not be leaving this room.
I think I know what's going on here. I think I know why we're here, but
I have no fucking clue. But my sense of danger is at 100% right now.
Well,
I mean, out of character, my idea is that this is actually a link to Nurgle's garden because of the plague.
Oh, shit.
So the servant brought here because it'll actually give you a link to potentially get a hold of
Isha.
Yeah. That's just a wild theory I've got. But
Yeah, it's a pretty good theory. That is a unfortunate theory. Very well. I may have miscalculated. Okay, let's do this.
All right, everyone step outside with Lonan.
Yeah, definitely not going to disobey a chapter master.
He actually dismisses the whole room, so it's just you and him in the strategian. Yeah.
So Pierre's starting to take bets on whether between the three of us whether Androchiron's going to live or not.
Dawn's eyebrows are just like, she was like stoic the entire time, and he's like, I'm taking bets, and she's like, really?
the green cap comes out.
The habit comes off, green cap with the like see-through visor comes up. Like, allow me to calculate these odds.
I'm going to give you a choice, which I've taken an oath regarding this world. I am its warden and its protector, but I've also sworn that the truth about this world will not leave my lips except to someone whose life is forfeit. I may be able to provide additional insight in what you seek, and that in turn may bring a conclusion to the matters that currently vex our world. But if it does not, you should know that you will not be allowed to live past whatever this matter is.
Listen, I'm nervous. But for Androchiron, God literally told him, do this. And he's like, all right, that's it. There's nothing else to it. He's just like, yes.
Well, your God didn't send you here, and Eldar God did.
Yes, I agree with you about that. But he sought information about how to create the stalemate by doing this. And listen, Androchiron he's insane at this point.
Okay.
He went to the Black Library of Chaos and was desperately seeking any information about how he could create a stalemate. This is it. This is the only literal thing his player could figure out. So Androchiron assumes this is the only way. And if this is the only way, the God Emperor must have wanted him to do this.
Okay. Very well. Many people believe, quite rightly so, that chaos is the greatest force that threatens mankind, but it is not the only force. And there are many which are potentially as dangerous, if not immediately more dangerous than the forces of the archenemy. One of these things is an incredibly powerful Xenos race, all knowledge of which is forbidden. Entities that we call the Enslavers. They are warp-based, though not instinctively of the Chaos Gods. And they are rampantly active in the region of space known as the Jericho Reach, which, thanks to the Jericho warp portal within the Maw, is part of our purview.
Yeah, we
And
actually
also
fixed that.
The Tyranid issue?
Well, we fixed that, and we fixed the communications problem while we were there.
Tyranid issue is unknown.
Listen, we drew them to a planet and we blew them up. What do you want from me? That's what I know.
We don't know what happens yet.
Okay,
we
I'm
made
making a guess.
We made a plan. We know what could happen. We don't know if it actually happened.
All right. What I tell them is we're aware of the Tyranid issue and we have taken steps to resolve it, but we fixed the communication issue through the Jericho Gate. We've already been briefed on all of this.
There are signs, portents within the Jericho Reach. Those of us initiated to its mysteries refer to it as the Dark Pattern. A series of worlds, stars, historical events that all point towards an incredible darkness that will threaten mankind, something that is not simply the forces of chaos. They are in themselves always a consistent threat, but this is a reckoning that will come for us one day in the very close future. My chapter have always fought against this threat. Where as soon as we became aware of the Dark Pattern, the High Lords tasked us with ensuring that whatever it was never came to fruition. Unfortunately, our founder, along with several other key members of our commandery, were infected by the Enslavers, some sort of psychic parasite that has corrupted their minds, their deeds, threatened to bring down the entire chapter and potentially this sector with it. They had a presence of mind to realize that they were under its influence, and so they have locked themselves in stasis beneath the surface of Sacris beneath us. Several hundred Marines, all influenced by this psychic disease created by the Enslavers. We've created the story of the plague on this world to keep ships from landing, while only special experts given to us by the High Lords are allowed to the surface to study and try and find a way to cure this, so we can learn, hopefully from their recovered minds, what the Enslavers actually want and what the Dark Pattern is actually leading to. This knowledge is of the highest order. There would be less than 20 people in the galaxy who know what I've just told you. And if you believe that you're being brought here by the Emperor, then I believe he sent you here to help us to end this pox upon our people or upon our chapter. And if you can, then you can keep the secret. If you can't, if we've made no further progress, then you've just condemned yourself by listening to my story. How you reconcile this with the rest of your crew is up to you, but keep in mind, if you tell them the truth, then you put that same requirement upon them.
Okay. I look at
Don't put that next.
I look at
Even
the
Ryan doesn't know
gyrinx.
the truth. Yeah. It looks at you like,
What's it
an
thinking
uncaring
about?
cat. What's it thinking about? It's probably
I'm just a
hungry.
little confused here because the gyrinx is the one that led me here.
Yeah, so
This has basically nothing to do with what I wanted. Well, it would be nice to gain some allies. It sounds like the risk to Androchiron is now at the highest level it could be since he found out Adrian is going to murder him.
Yeah. So
Only if we fail.
Oh, 100%.
Give me a logic test as you stare into your cat's eyes.
Jesus, a
to
logic
make sense.
test again? Why do you
Trying to
keep
make sense
making me
of-
do that? Do you just like watching me fail? Oh, fuck. Can I buy logic as elite advance real quick?
I'm sure it'd be a skill for you.
Is it? I
It
don't
should
think
be.
so. All right, we'll check.
I would be very surprised were it not.
I'm pretty surprised all the time.
It seems like it would be a basic thing for an astropath. But
Astropath Transcendent. There it is. Logic for 200. Sure. I'm just going to go ahead and
Yeah.
buy it, James.
Rank 5. Okay.
Don't stop me. I've now doubled
wanna
my
buy-
chances.
Oh, you can you can buy plus 10 and plus 20 in level 6 and 7.
yeah, so you can get to plus 20 right now if you want.
For
200 each for each rank increase.
okay, I can spend 600.
This, you suddenly look into this cat's eyes and everything comes into like
And like fisheye lens, like close up on Androchiron's face.
yeah. What do you
You
call it?
realize, oh, I could've
You get
easily-
a rack focus. Yeah, it's a camera rack focus.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, the background zooms out while the face zooms in.
Yes.
Nice. All right. So you make this sort of connection in your head that the serpent, the Eldar serpent god, is tied to Kegarak.
Yeah.
That whatever it is you seek is inherently tied to what's happening here somehow. The cat doesn't know, so therefore you don't know how, but there is what's going on here is deeper than what MacLear has told you, and is inherently tied to what it is you're seeking, i.e. Aisha, the Garden Nurgle, etc.
I could also
Even
use
though-
Kagarak's help.
Yeah, even though he's just told you that it's nothing to do with Nurgle.
I basically just flat out tell him, but somewhat mystically, after I get up from staring into my cat's eyes, I just say, there is more happening here than even your eyes can see. Your chapter has been clouded by the truth of this world. I will help you in cleansing your problem, though it may cost all of us our lives. God Emperor wills it, and the show needs to end at some point.
Intrigue. Is what he says.
I hold out a hand for him to shake because I've been given direct orders from the God Emperor, so I feel like I'm an emissary or at least an equal here.
All right, he'll put out his giant fist, power fist to.
Yeah, I look like a tiny little bald child.
Does he not have a regular hand to hold his bolt gun? Is it really a power fist?
That's,
He's on
that's
the
true.
ship.
Well, actually, I think he doesn't have a power fist because he uses a power sword and stormbolter. So yeah.
What I was saying is just because that like one bad twitch with the power fist and just got and it broke.
He's got a power claymore. Sorry.
Of course.
I mean, he's a chapter master of Space Marine. He doesn't make mistakes.
Yes. All right. I will have one of our shuttles take you and any of your allies you require down to the surface of Sacris to meet with the individual we have working on this.
What level of corruption might my fellows face?
So nobody that has been sent to work on this has been corrupted by it. But with all of our chapter leaders in stasis, whatever it is seems to be unable to escape. But we still can't take the risk of the people finding out that Space Marines can be laid low by such a condition. So
I'm just going to ask you, James, can Androchiron do this solo? I mean, it sounds like I'd be risking their lives to go down here. You know what I mean? If you say
Pretty sure I
no, that
can't
would be
get any
fucking
corruption.
insane.
It probably would be. It probably would be like, you know, if you're going there hoping for divine inspiration, maybe. Because you don't know what you're going to do when you get there. I mean, unless your expectation to get there and suddenly hope, oh well, someone Kegrak will tell me what to do, versus actually like
Yeah, that doesn't
investigating
sound
what's
like
going on.
Kegrak.
Yeah,
He sent me with the fucking serpent here on a
So
suicide
is this like
mission.
an actual corruption thing? Like, is it like for corruption? Is that what you mean?
yeah. I mean, effectively, they're still corrupted by chaos. They're corrupted by. It's still
Alien.
the warp. Yes, it's a warp-based alien.
Pretty sure I'm immune to any sort of thing for corruption.
You know what you're not
That is
immune
true.
to? Blunt force trauma.
Mostly do that.
I'm mostly immune to that.
Well, the rest of us
Yeah.
aren't immune to either of those things.
And let's be honest, how are they going to kill Dawn when she can just come back because she's a living saint? That's. We was like, we got to kill you now. Okay. I'll just come back.
Also, she might be the one who can cure it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point. All right. Just us, small team. We're going down. That's what I tell them.
Well, I'll have Lonan bring your allies back in, and then we'll leave you the room so you can discuss what you need to discuss.
I don't need to tell them anything. I'm sure they'll go along with what we need to do.
That doesn't
There's no
sound like
need to
the
bring them
Pierre
in on the secret. We just
You
need to.
open up the door in the hallway, and Dawn's like, "Yep, who's going to take it back? You? Yep, you in the back there. Yep."
We need to go
right.
out to the surface.
Who had Androchiron for a suicide mission?
All right, so you're outside. The door opens up, and out comes MacLear and Androchiron.
Well, I just
He
want-
turns to Lonan and says, "Organize a shuttle. We're heading to the surface." And he's like, "But what about the?" He said, "Just do as instructed, Epistolary."
Oh, so we're going to the surface now?
Yes.
Excellent.
Glad I brought my power armor. It's sealed.
I definitely start heading for Lucky 13 to get in my power armor.
That's fine. You want to get they want to take you down their own shuttle, but whatever you want to get from your shuttle, you can.
Yeah, I imagine they don't let Adrian fly.
No, that's correct.
Sister Dawn, you
Wait,
may
I
want to
thought-
bring all of your medical supplies for this one.
I thought Pierre and Adrian are actually being left behind.
Oh, that's
No, I'm bringing all of you. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
telling you what we're doing. there.
You're not
okay.
telling us that we're being damned to a death.
Is this
Hey,
one of those
listen.
things, Androchiron, where you say, "I have no time to tell you," but then it takes like 5 hours for us to travel there, and you tell us when we arrive?
No, I just tell you that if I told you what we were doing, that you might be killed. Just for knowing.
Oh, that's...
You're actually being taken down, Adrian, in a Thunderhawk, so something that you don't even have the physicality to pilot.
Oh, yeah, because he probably can't even reach the pedals. Probably can barely reach the steering wheel.
Yellow pages strapped to everything.
It's like that time they had an Ewok fly an X-Wing.
Yup,
Oh, no,
Yup.
they physically link themselves to the aircrafts, don't they?
Yeah, they're like hooked in.
Yeah. I remember that. I don't know if I told the story before, but I remember playing a game of Star Wars where we tried to steal a Jawa sandcrawler, and we completely failed the piloting role, and we decided it was because it has like 100 buttons and every single one's labeled Utini.
Well, one of them has an umlaut, obviously.
All right, so is any further explanation required?
I mean, Androchiron doesn't offer any. He just meditates on the way down, trying to figure out how he can save the lives of everyone around him.
Does anybody ask Androchiron any questions?
So what are we going down here to do?
I can't
So we
tell
know
you
there's a
that.
plague, right? That's as far as we know.
Don't-
Is this the whole Nurgle's Garden plan, Androchiron? Or I'm sorry, the Plague Father's Garden.
We can't discuss any of this.
I pull out a whiteboard and I draw like a hangman with like a couple of lines underneath it. And I'm like, okay.
I have been sworn to a very violent and lethal secrecy, and
that sounds like every day in this line
if
of
you
work.
need to step off of this shuttle and you aren't comfortable going down there, that's fine. I need to go.
We're already on the way, so.
Well, you can just stay on the shuttle, I guess. I mean, you got on this shuttle, you had to know it was going to be dangerous. You need to really know what level of danger it is.
No, but I would like to know
nice.
something about what we're going into.
Listen, right now they're placing bets on the Hand of Calixis and which one of us is going to come back from this. And if you'd like to know,
went to Dawn.
Dawn's a guarantee. She's pretty much off the list at the moment.
It's true.
There's a separate list of if she's going to die, where she's going to come back at.
I'm going to ask for your trust, and if not that, then your faith.
Very well.
Aren't those
Have
kind
my
of the
trust.
same thing?
No.
I agree. No, they aren't.
We've been put on a path. You might as well follow through with it.
I just don't tell anybody that it's Kagoric that put us on this path. The god of deception.
Yeah,
The laughing god.
yeah. The god of the trickster god who's like, yeah, you guys, you fucked up.
I don't think I did, though.
I thought
really
it was the
need to talk to
serpent,
that guy.
The serpent
Okay.
god. That
Yeah. Well, that's
Wait,
Dromlock, who is tied to Kagarak.
okay. Pantheons are weird. I guess Pierre knows this.
I mean, you're the one who told me who Drumlock was, so.
All right, so this is a unusual circumstance, which is we have reached the end of what I've written for today. Normally we
shit.
get nowhere
Wow.
near, and
Yay.
We've done it.
What I'm hearing is I can go play Barotrauma. Well,
what is,
all right, never
what is
mind.
Barotrauma?
It's a
Submarine game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dave, let's do your outro.
Submarine D's nuts.
Yep. Amazing. I already made that joke 5 times today on Sea of Thieves.
So I don't know, go by my game. It's if you like furry creatures and doing things to furry creatures, you'll like my game. So there you go.
Oh, Jesus. Well,
Like
not
taking
going to
photos of
monetize
them.
this one.
You mean
You
This
outside
is
of,
like at the
know
end
what
of the
the
video,
deal
so
is.
it doesn't matter at this point.
If you like doing things with furry creatures, I think is a little bit too on the nose for YouTube.
I
Listen,
this is what about hour 2 into it, so I shouldn't really care.
Yeah, that's not how any of this works.
if you keep saying it, Arthur, the bots will definitely not find it. So yeah.
Anything else, Dave?
I don't know. I mean, drink water, hydrate.
Okay, Pondo, what do you got?
I am Pono the Mad. You can find me on YouTube or Twitch /Pono the Mad. Or you can find me here Saturdays, of course. And at the moment, that's it, I believe.
Boom.
I am Spoon or Big Spoon. You can find me over on Discord, Twitter, here on Saturdays, Wednesdays, next Thursday, I think, right? What's it? The first for the
Yep, the
final
first.
Gladiator Hall? Yeah.
We're not going to stream it, but we will film it.
Yeah. But
So
yeah,
they won't find you here.
that's true. You won't find me here, but you'll find me on youtube.com/AP Gaming Reel.
Look at that sale.
Yeah. We're near. I feel like we're very, very close to the end. Whether that be the culmination of the campaign or just all of us dying.
James has said that there are literally no breaks and that he just throws whatever he wants at us now. So
for me, it doesn't feel like we're coming to a conclusion, but like maybe that's just because I don't have much knowledge about Warhammer in general. It's just like,
I mean, the final goal has been this stupid star that we're dealing with at the moment.
Well, like, I think, like, so for me, it's like, all right. So our final goal is to, like, you know, Adrian's like a dog chasing cars, right? Where it's like, all right, the goal is to catch a car, but what the fuck do we do with it once we've caught it?
my goal is to figure out what to do with the car. I was thinking maybe we should let it get hijacked by someone who's kind of nice to us sometimes,
Yeah, but like, what's
and
our?
then we claim the insurance money on it.
Oh, okay, there we go. All right, I'm following
my
your
job is
analogy here.
easy in this. I'm just the guy delivering the people.
You're the baby driver.
Yeah.
do you know that meme of the guy riding the bicycle and then he takes a stick and he puts it in his front wheel and then complains about being hurt?
Yep.
That's what I feel about like Androchiron.
Listen, I'm just out here trying to secure peace and goodwill and lack of chaos god supremacy for all races, mostly humanity, and everybody just wants to shit on me because I'm going slightly insane.
I just think your plan is bad.
It's so much worse than you think.
Oh, I bet.
James, excellent game. Let's also do your outro.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Doc James. You can find me here on Saturdays for Rogue Trader, occasionally here on whatever day you put up the Celesta stuff. And are you going to mention GFA, or is that still, like a...
I mean, it's a ways out, but we could mention that James and I are going to be on another show Sunday nights called Generic Fantasy Adventures starting at the end of September.
Yeah.
I guess you could say I'll wake you up when September ends.
Holy shit.
Do you have any half-orc fighters in the group?
No.
How is that generic fantasy then? Come on now. Jesus.
They're dwarf fighters.
There are
you
plenty
have
of fantasy adventures that don't even have orcs.
Do you
like
have
Conan.
a tiefling warlock?
I don't think we even have a human in the group.
That's correct.
Yeah, then that's definitely a generic fantasy adventure for sure.
No. Generic. It's either generic fantasy is when everyone plays human, or everyone plays dwarves hunting elves.
No, I think introduction, everybody usually plays humans. Generic,
So
everybody plays whatever fantasy race they want.
I'm not sure
in my
anyone here
experience,
fucking understands what generic means at this point.
in my experience, a generic group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons never choose human.
Hmm.
Everyone's always another race.
Human usually is the introductory race to people. Later on, the very niche pick for veteran players.
Sorry, I was making a reference to this old amazing photo. Hang on, I'll see if I can share it to you. Yeah. You'll know what I'm talking about the moment I post it. So.
Oh, it's Emperor. Okay. At first, I thought it was Sanguinius because his hair was gold as well,
This one.
which would also work.
Let's see what Dave posts.
Because, Sanguinius, I'm going to fight my brother. I'm pretty sure I can't beat. Oh, look at that. I died.
That's generic fantasy right there.
Oh man.
Got anything else, James?
No, that's it.
All right. Then that is it, friends. We'll see you next week. Or maybe not. Who knows?